Never made a company, never tried crowdfunding, never did anything. Let's just try it out. And
this was the worst investment.
Absolutely, really depressed.
These numbers look
They don't make sense.
absolute trash.
Having another yes from somebody just felt like a victory.
Yeah.
And it was a scam. Yeah, you just don't have to
You
screw
don't
up
have
like
to
we did.
fail. I mean, that would be great.
That would be awesome.
Right. The process today will be, first of all, we're consuming another type of beer. This time it's Valmiermuiža.
Valmiermuiža beer today.
One of my favorites, and this will be, as I guess, as a tradition. Every time we do some conversation about what we are doing, what is their business, we will test new beer. So Valmiermuiža, it's basically light beer. It's made in Valmiera, in the city of Latvia, and it's very good.
It's very good beer.
It's
very good.
Owned by SSC Riga graduates, I guess. Right?
We didn't check this fact, but that would be awesome, right? That would be quite awesome.
Anyways, the point is today we're looking back at the mistakes so that other people don't have to make those same. First of all, I propose that we go through the basically the facts.
Let's just tell about the campaign.
The campaign was started on 5th of November, and it was supposed to be running only for a month. We thought that we will reach our goal, which was
12,000 United States dollars.
Yeah, and we thought we will do it in a month, and we thought. Anyhow, that didn't happen, and we prolonged the campaign until 5th of January. 2019.
Exactly by 1 month. By 1 month. And the reason we moved the end time of the campaign is because we didn't accumulate enough cash. So at the point when we decided that we need to extend the time the campaign is running, we were at around like 4,000, something like this, and eventually finished with 6.5k.
So an additional month gave us $2,000.
Something.
Yeah. The goal was reached 53% of the way. So and here we discussed this before, and I think one of the largest mistakes we made is this disalignment with expectations and the work needed for that to happen. The best learning is that crowdfunding is no free lunch. Right?
Let's put it as number one.
Yeah.
Then, so number one is whatever you expect the crowdfunding to bring you. So if you're just plunging in your product and then you expect that magically the platform will generate all of your goal because your idea is so perfect, you're wrong. You're entirely wrong. Relying completely on the platform to bring enough traffic and to bring enough sales, yeah, I think it's a wrong expectation to have from the start.
Yeah, I think this to continue to expand on that basically in the core sense is that crowdfunding is like any other sales machine. You need to bring to your platform page viewers on your own. The platform will not help you much. It did bring approximately 3,000 visitors.
Something like this, yeah.
Page, but we don't know. I think there's a lot of traffic that was supposedly coming from there, but it actually was also our ads. Some of our ads, people just went to Indiegogo and searched.
Yeah.
And but still, it's a very small number, even if all of them came from the page. And so we only learned that later that either you're on top page, you stick on the top page with your traffic, so that this GoGo factor, by the way, GoGo factor, what is it?
So GoGo factor is this main algorithm that decides which place in the whole list you're on. So what we did very nice in the beginning, we were bringing a bunch of traffic and we were bringing a lot of sales, even though some of them were just our friends. And so it allowed us to stay on top page for around 5 days. And when you are staying on the top of the page, it does bring you good traffic. But keeping yourself on this top page, this is quite a challenge because it considers the quality of the traffic, the amount of sales, how fast are you progressing within your goal. And once you start to dabble a little bit, so you don't bring enough traffic to sustain yourself on the first position, Yeah, once you're on a second page, that's it. So Indiegogo stops, or crowdfunding stops being a really helpful tool for you because, yeah, you gotta save cash.
Kickstarter or Indiegogo, that stops to be a good tool. So
Indeed,
the learning is that, yes, no free lunch.
No free
you
lunch.
have to
Yes.
bring your own traffic. Bring your own traffic. That would be a...
You can consider the crowdfunding giving you two things. So thing number one, it gives you a little bit of a credibility that maybe your project can be trusted. That is number one. And number two, it's basically a payment platform.
Yeah.
It's like a payment gateway from you.
Except, I would say, except for the projects that are really will be started only if you reach certain capital.
Agreed.
And that
Agreed.
is, in the future, I still stand by crowdfunding as a valid resource, but only for projects that we know that we will not start until a certain amount of people pledge their vote of confidence. Okay, if you reach that 1.5 million or whatnot number, and you have the production capacity, we will buy the product. This is the money we want the product. So this is
that
valid.
is very good. Yeah.
This is valid, which was not the case for us. Basically, we couldn't showcase the product, right? Because we had low resources, and the project specifics were such that we couldn't even showcase the product before setting up the manufacturing.
Yeah.
For us, the crowdfunding virtually certain not the big purpose.
I think we're actually leading right now to the second point we wanted to talk about, and it is sitting on inventory. And this is one of the mistakes we made. So at the beginning of our crowdfunding campaign, we had enough stock for maybe 100-something people, something like this, and we were not using the inventory. So we would be pretty much ready to ship out the product as the sales were coming in. We didn't do it, and we just sat on inventory, and inventory didn't work for us, which was bad. Why? Because if we are shipping the product right away, there is a potential for the word of mouth to be spread around, and we just missed on that opportunity. So the tip is, if you do have stock, ship out the stock. This is gonna help. Keep some for, I don't know, influencers or whatnot, but don't sit on your inventory, because inventory is supposed to be working.
Yeah.
Easy as that.
Which point was this? Number two.
Number two, yeah. Let's put it as number two.
Number two, don't sit on your inventory. So the third one, I think, was the mistake, or actually, yes, a mistake, but we just did not know this beforehand, and wish to tell this to other people who are planning to do such a campaign. Approach influencers and any marketing plans way more in advance than you expect to. Yeah. This takes a lot of human effort. This is not automated. Every single conversation
Direct
takes
approach.
time. Every single marketing effort will need some tweaking, special approach, and that takes time. We were running our efforts way long into the platform, the campaign, because we thought, let's just launch. When
just
we
do
launch
it.
The campaign, let's launch the stuff, right? The influencers, but it was wrong. It should have been set up like 3 days before we launched the campaign. Everything should be done, like 0 to 100. Everything should be set in place. And then when you're running, then you will have another tweak and another thing running up.
I want to add, so we did approach influencers so that people are not misled. We did approach influencers before. What we did very, childishly, if there's a word like that, is we underestimated how much traffic those secured deals were going to bring us. And so we realized down through the campaign that those resources we really plunged ourselves into, they were not bringing as much traffic as we would have expected.
Also, the traffic is not traffic per se. The traffic is also quality or non-quality. We were sometimes bringing in traffic that was not our target audience. Now that was also a failure. We paid.
It fucked up our stats real bad.
So this is also important.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you approach and bring in traffic that doesn't like your product.
Yeah.
In no way interested. Like girls.
Yeah, which is not our target audience at all.
At all, or the user experience on our page was not designed for women or girls.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if we're bringing this traffic in, the conversion, first of all, is not planned. We did not prepare to convert.
Bounce rate is through the roof.
Which also kind of set us back. And I guess you should definitely keep in mind not to bulk numbers, mass send outs to someone. That doesn't work nowadays. The Indiegogo will penalize, or Kickstarter will drop you in search results because of the high bounce rate.
That is absolutely. And second of all, you're just harming your sales. I mean, you're not making any sales. The whole point is in making sales. Big learning for me, and insane learning for me regarding the influencers approach is it was a mistake not to ask for their numbers for the projects similar they did before.
So this was number 3. This is number 4, right?
Let's talk about number overestimation in general then, right? Let's put it as a number 4.
Oh, 4, yeah.
Overestimating your capabilities in terms of numbers. Number 4. Yes, so let's begin then through influencers. I advise every single individual when making a influencer deal to ask that person, or maybe it's going to be a company, to send you the exact statistics from their Google Analytics regarding the previous similar projects. So by knowing the approximate click-through rate and what was the overall traffic they brought and how much views or whatever the media is, the content piece generated, you can estimate, if you do know your conversion rate, given that the audience is going to be similar, you can estimate how much money and how much traffic you're going to make from a certain deal with a certain influencer. And
treat influencers as any other investment.
Precisely. Exactly.
So also my mistake was one of the influencers I was working with, he told me the numbers. He didn't send it like this report or no print screen.
Yeah.
And this is what I also suggest to others, to ask for a print screen of that statistic, because he definitely lied. And our conversion rate was
Audience was off. Audience was off.
And the conversion rates were off, and click rates also. Even the traffic coming in was definitely way below what he claimed to be.
Let's tell the exact situation. Let's give details, right?
No, let's keep it, of course, private.
We're not going to tell the name or anything.
But, we were expecting approximately 200,000 visitors
from that guy
to the ad. To the post that we would have on Instagram, right? As he claimed. More than 1 million followers on Instagram, and that was the big hitter, right?
We're like, we scored that guy, goddamn.
Let's go. And turned out that we got less than 1,000 visitors.
I think we got 300, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was 600.
600.
Yeah. The point is, it was way below any expectation.
0 people buyed from that 300 spend. Just telling you.
This was the worst investment. The absolute worst. Oh yeah, let's do 5th is overconfidence bias.
Huge thing. I think you have it less than I do.
Okay.
But my overconfidence is usually leads me to overestimation, underestimation. And I think we were quite positive. Hey, like with an idea like this, so powerful and blah blah blah.
Revolutionary idea.
Let's go for 100K, like easy. And we were hoping for what? we didn't know anything. If we were smarter about it, instead of being overconfident, we would have tried to get some numbers. And honestly, you need like one number. You need your conversion rate of your messaging. You have that number. You can estimate how much traffic you need to bring certain number of sales, right? Yeah. But since we did virtually zero testing, zero. We just plunged in. I think it was a good thing after all, but we didn't have this key number of what is our conversion rate and what is the needed traffic for the conversion rate to reach a certain monetary goal. And we fucked it up.
Yeah, we basically did not take this advice from other people that are always saying that you should put your product out there and see if it sells. And what they mean by that in modern e-commerce means what's your conversion rate?
Yeah.
What's your conversion rate? And that will give you how much ads you should be running, where should you position your product, or how much organic traffic you should generate. Exactly. And that also takes work. Organic traffic is also basically people looking your way and looking at your product for some reason. Is it a YouTube video, or is it a post on Instagram? Whatever. Is it your personal brand? It doesn't matter. The point is, you need to check your facts.
Yeah, you gotta hit your facts.
Conversion rate, and we didn't have that. We just plunged in and we didn't know what we were actually doing. I have to say.
Which was awesome, because now we know.
Now we know.
Because now we know that it's all about numbers game. Exactly. Before it was like, yeah, we just believe in it and it's gonna work out. And I think now we're taking a lot more pessimistic type of estimation. We're like, okay, so what is the worst case scenario given the numbers that we have here and in there? And so it stops being this, hey, let's just do it and see how it works. It's more of, so this is the math that I need to bring me this number. And here's the math that I need to bring me this number. And here are the actions in between to bring me this math into the whole equation.
I think it's also can be compared with sales. It's how many doors you knock, how many calls you make a day,
exactly.
And then you kind of learn in the first weeks of working what's your conversion rate, so you can work on converting better, increasing your sales skill, or you can just pick up your phone many more times, which will just multiply. So it's math. Same. Sales doesn't change from selling over the phone to online. It's the same number game. And so I have to say that we did work a lot of conversion enhancing mechanics, like improving your video,
messaging and
really
video.
Working on that. I don't know how we did that, how well we did that, and that's you to judge, but we worked on it way more than bringing in the traffic, which we will then supposedly convert. And just to be clear here, our website brought 25 visitors to our Indiegogo page. And
25? I didn't know that.
Over the whole 2-month period.
So our website.
Yeah, website. So that's someone visiting our website and then going to order on Indiegogo. And 0 sales. 0?
We had 0?
I think it was 0. And here's the thing, we spent at least 3 weeks designing the website.
We had it, I mean, it's now very good that we have it, because we didn't have to do many tweaks. We can just use it and it converts very well. But I really wanted to add up. Basically, like you said, it is a 2-number game. Yeah. Number one is so you need to work on 2 areas. Number one area, you need to work on your conversion rate. By having a higher conversion rate, you don't have to bring as much traffic. And also you need to work on your traffic, because the more traffic you get and the more conversion you get, the more money you get. It's all about these 2 numbers,
and
nothing else.
Quality leads, so to say.
The
leads have to be quality.
Yeah.
Or else your conversion rate drops just by basically you're showing your product. Showing a beer to non-drinkers. Mm-hmm. They will not buy it. It's the same thing here. They're showing Chisell to someone who's not absolutely not interested to improve his jawline or whatnot. So, this is number 5, overconfidence bias. And what else?
We actually did the learning from it. So how do you overcome in many number-wise situations the confidence bias? So what we are doing is, we're taking the number we estimated, and then we're either downgrading it or upgrading by around 20% to substitute for just the overconfidence bias. So let's say, an example to you. So we pick up a YouTuber who's going to do a content piece for us. Then we estimate, okay, so we're gonna bring around 1,000 people traffic from the video he's gonna put on. Then you take this number and you multiply it by 0.8, so you're reducing 20%, and this is gonna be a very good estimate because you're sort of preparing for your overconfidence bias. And if the numbers are better, it's better for you.
No, it's great.
Yeah,
but,
it's great.
Mostly, this actually is more precise than just rolling with supposed numbers.
I think this is something we invented, to be honest. Like 20% overconfidence bias.
Always
thing.
put a fix just to be on the safe side.
Choose if you're feeling super confident, put 50. Put 50%. Just go all in.
You know, it will always make you feel better eventually, because higher expectations always
taxing
leads to not being happy about the progress you actually
absolutely make. Really depressed.
These numbers look
they don't make sense.
Absolute trash. We need to improve. Actually, everyone did quite well. Okay, it was not that good. So you need to celebrate also those, at least some successes.
Everything was a learning.
Overestimating everything makes everything, also results look much worse, and so you got to be realistic and just
if you're realistic, you know where you're missing.
You basically better align what you can do with what you should do, and it kind of aligns better, so you can plan better and input that. Basically, effort and technique in sports, let's say. You can just beat your head against the wall. It will not help if you don't have the proper technique. And this kind of estimation and seeing where the thing goes improves your technique, and then you can push that.
I agree.
Sort of that how I felt about this, and making this business was one of the best experiences, learning experiences.
Best MBA I've ever gotten.
So humbling. So humbling.
Very down to earth. First week down to earth.
There, just like everything you've done before doesn't matter.
Nope.
This project it's from zero, from scratch. What can you deliver?
Right? Never made a company, never tried crowdfunding, never did anything. Let's just try it out. And hey, it was awesome. It was awesome.
It was absolute. It was a blast. And it's still a blast. Let's talk about the differences, maybe as a sixth point.
We do have it?
No, we don't.
What do you want to talk about?
I would like to talk about differences between crowdfunding and going with your own website. Or going without crowdfunding.
Difference number one, instant cash. You get instant cash. You don't have to wait for 3 months to get it. So you have money for your operations. That is number one benefit of having sales through your website.
So if you're not running this big project, let's put our type of project as an example. So Chisell. It's a product, manufactured product. It requires shipping, and it's relative low cost R&D that you could make. Relative, right? So in such case, if you have something similar, if you're crafting something, if you're doing specialty work, it's something that you put in your design, or it's so basically if Samsung came in, right, they would do a much better job in bulk. But this is something specialty novelty product. So this is what we are talking about now, Indiegogo versus standalone. And first of all, the cash conversion is absolutely garbage. If you're depending on this business, do not go with Indiegogo. Indiegogo, first of all, you have to wait from first transaction, and when you fulfill the order, the money will come not only when you finish the campaign,
but later.
But you have to wait 15 business days.
We're still waiting for the money, by the way.
Not a single cent. Only fees we paid. So we have shipped most of the products for Indiegogo. Pledgers.
70%.
Even we sent some that were broken. Some replacements. And we still don't have the money. So we paid for the inventory, and we paid for the packaging. And,
very hard.
And the money is not back. So this also you must always account for if you're running a crowdfunding campaign. You will not access the funds. And this is something we didn't plan.
It's
good that we had some cash reserves that we could...
Very little. That's what people don't know, actually. Let's maybe tell.
Yeah.
So 50% of our overall budget for this company went into manufacturing. It went into establishing manufacturing and bringing in samples and a little bit of a stock. Closer to the beginning of a campaign, we had 15-20% of the budget left, which went into a couple of influencers, and we basically ran dry throughout the whole campaign.
We were at points where we had to put our own money in,
which was
weekly
yeah.
to run basic operations like Google account, Facebook advertising, and all these small things like VIX.
Yeah.
And our website is running on subscription, it doesn't run on air. So we had to put up our money and did not expect that. And you have to take that in account when you're doing this Indiegogo thing. So we prolonged it for a month. Now we have to wait some X business days. And then they say, and few days more till it appears in your bank account. What does it mean?
Yeah.
We submitted a ticket to Indiegogo. They didn't respond. And that's also a bit kind of weird. So if you want some feedback from any of these platforms, guess what? There's no phone to call.
Yeah.
And they don't respond to your email at least a week. Learning and failure number 7 is choosing the wrong media outreach. So with that we mean that we did focus a lot on Facebook ads in the beginning, which was absolute trash, and it even some of the Facebook ads that we were running couldn't even reach our audience in that time allocated.
And we sucked at it at the same time. And what happened was, so you gotta choose the media for your product according to what source of information it can be represented with. Just to give you an example. So we're running Chisell. It is a very visual representation of what it does to your body. So you need to have before and after. You need to show people how it's chewed, because when it's in the mouth, you can't see nothing. And so we try to focus on running ads with photos and with text, and in a media which was Facebook and other platforms which do not actually show. So you do not have a picture or a video attached to your product. And it was wrong. So what we learned is that we need to focus on completely visual medias, which is Instagram and YouTube. And I have to say, those platforms work like super well for us once we switched. So the learning from here is that you have to pick the right media type for the type of a product that you are about to sell or selling. And we did this mistake. We didn't spend like too much money. We were mostly testing, but things like Facebook just didn't work for us.
And the testing results were very misleading.
In what way?
Because they didn't convert a single person. On Facebook ads, we didn't sell a single person. So yes, maybe our advertising budget was low, but that's what we are talking about here, a small budget project. So it didn't convert. As opposed to Instagram, which did convert.
Instagram is like a cash cow. I love Instagram.
We reach our key audience much better. For example, because we can look up the posts that people are putting out, jaw related. On Facebook, we couldn't do that.
Very hard to target anybody.
We could, but
very hard.
Also the targeting was off. And anyhow, one key thing to do maybe for everyone is to test beforehand. Allow marketing budget for testing on all these, what you think is the right place to market. And then test that before applying all your marketing budget there. That's, I think, the learning.
It's and you know what's interesting, Indiegogo actually allows for that, so you can create this like landing page and then you can test your audience. We didn't do it, but I think like the fact that we just plunged into it was the best thing that we could do, because we didn't overthink. We didn't overthink nothing, and now we have so much learning from experience that we're like, where do we even assign all of the things that we learned? And it showed right after we finished the campaign, when we just started selling through our website, and the results we're seeing right now with this knowledge are insane. Like what we're seeing right now, I'm amazed by how much people are, first of all, buying our message, second of all, how engaged they are, and how easily we just bypass those mistakes we did through crowdfunding. So crowdfunding, I could say, was like a boot camp for us. It was a boot camp for us being entrepreneurs and boot camp for our project.
Yes. Yeah.
Goddamn. Cheers for
Cheers
that, bro.
for that,
Cheers
bro.
for that.
Point number 8 is...
What else do we have?
Point number 8 is, I would say, crowdfunding aggregators of any kind are absolute trash.
Bullshit.
Did not work in any of the cases that we gave them money for.
None.
And they did not deliver on any of the promises. The traffic that they brought in did not convert, as opposed to the organic traffic that came from Indiegogo platform that did convert. And so, yes, maybe someone has a better insight in these, but as someone coming in to fresh Indiegogo and someone coming in fresh to Kickstarter or any other crowdfunding, you will get bombarded with ads or emails,
direct messages,
personalized. Hey, I noticed your crowdfunding page. It could you get some help from us? We have the best crowdfunding enthusiasts in our newsletter, on email, whatnot. They're good at that. They know what they're doing. They're selling it, and they're selling
absolutely
you.
know. They have no risk. No risk.
They have no risk. They send it out to those people who supposedly are enthusiasts who just maybe signed up to the newsletter once. And then they will give you numbers. Oh, we have 200,000 pledgers. Yeah. And so on.
We brought in so much cash to many people.
X projects funded at better, at percentage better.
Don't do it.
Don't I guess for our size of a project, it didn't work. And so our specialty project, if you're running another technology piece, another earphone or another, I don't know, whatnot, vapable
earring,
whatever. This maybe, because those are the most popular projects funded, and maybe it will work there. But in our case, in our situation, it was absolute trash. They sold us, and the ones that
and we bought. We fucking bought.
We bought it, and where we paid, we did not get our money back in terms of investment and coverage.
Yeah.
Not even coverage. Cost per click will be much better in Instagram. Cost per click on YouTube or Google, whatever other outlet was much more efficient than these. The cost per click.
Aggregators, they're like, I understand. So, just like a side note, I think how they work, they accumulated a huge, or they're telling like they accumulated a huge email base or anything.
They're telling. How many of those are live? How many clicks are you
How many of those are getting into spam? Think about that.
Ask them these questions and they say, we are the best in our sphere. Yeah. We do this the best. Nobody does this better. They don't get any numbers to you. And big red flag. Every time you're dealing with these kind of investments,
you can't get numbers, run away.
Run away,
ask them for a goddamn...
You have better things to do.
I like that you said, get from them the print screen. They can just, like, if they want to hide a client's name, whatever, they can just mark it out. But get specific numbers from those people with specific dates. And if you can't get them, don't make business with them. It's easy.
Like, look,
That's
if
it.
you're spending 150 or over $100 for anything, if you're doing the same purchase in your daily life, you would look at the reviews a bit, maybe look at it, how it looks. Yeah. You know, if it's a shoe, you would look at, you would try it on or something. If you're buying a service online for $100, wow, that's a big purchase. That's as much as Microsoft, like Word or Office. You would look at it. Do I need it? Yeah. Right. And this was the project in the running of everything. Yeah. You can break, and the rule of thumb is don't be ashamed to ask for numbers. Ask for numbers. If they don't give numbers, don't even respond to those emails and send it to spam.
Just realized why we did it. So it was, of course, one part is a rookie mistake, but second of all, it was because we tried so hard to get influencers and we got a lot of no's, having another yes from somebody just felt like a victory.
Yeah.
And it was a scam.
Yes, we got scammed. And guess what? It was more than 10 of these crowdfunding aggregators contacted us. Let's do one last point, which is align your Indiegogo, align your crowdfunding goal with your marketing budget.
Oh, so good. I couldn't have said it better. Yeah.
Your goal, reaching 100%, we looked at other projects, will help you to raise more money. And if you don't align, like we did, absolutely did not align with our marketing budget,
no,
that does not help you.
No.
If you don't reach 100% in first 2 days, you're dead. It's game over. It's you reach that number, what you reached in first 3 days, and then you're gonna raise maybe 20-30% more, and that's it.
That's
2
it.
months you're just gonna be depressed.
Yeah. I forgot. I wanted to say something. Oh yeah. So we didn't fail per se. We did fail to reach the goal of 12,000, but the good part is that the money we got is actually enough for us to proceed with development of Chisell and growing and expanding. Yeah, we just wanted more, and which is fine, we're not going to have it. But one of our primary objectives was to get in demand section, right? So you stop your Indiegogo campaign already, and you're going to continue selling through their platform, which was super good for us because it's a bunch of traffic for free coming over and selling. So what we should have done, we should have put like a much lower goal. We should have put 2K and that's it. We would have reached the goal, stayed there, and maybe got some additional cash because of being overfunded. It's better to say, why don't everybody does this? Like, unless it's like manufacturing, you think so?
Yeah.
But some people put like 100K. Maybe it's like if you actually need this money and it's like the minimum threshold. It's a different case, but for us who just wanted to stay in demand section, we should have put like 2K and that's it. We would have reached it within the first couple of hours or something, and we would be done with it. And let's just I want to advise this to people. So if they're starting a small project and all they want to do is they want to reach some cash, reach some customer base, get a little bit of exposure, and just stay in demand so that the platform sells afterwards. Set super small goals, like as minimum as you can go, something that would allow you maybe to buy inventory.
If you do reach over 400%,
it's good for you.
It's good.
It's good for you. Yeah.
400% funded on Kickstarter, on Indiegogo. It doesn't matter. That would look much better.
Much better.
Almost funded on Indiegogo for us. So that's true.
And the reason I'm saying this, and people might think, oh, but it's like you might be setting lower goals, so you're gonna achieve less. No. Why am I saying this? Is because of human psychology. And when people are seeing that the project is almost funded or like a little bit funded, they're much less likely to buy and to order from you than in the situation when you would have been overfunded. So the quicker you get overfunded, the bigger the chance that people will buy. And the reason I'm like not repulsive about it at all, and I think it's completely normal to do, is because this is just a psychological trick that your brain plays. And you do want to avoid this trick to be played, because this is not about your product. This is not about how good your company is. This is just a psychological shortcut. A small one that does fuck you up.
Bring real results. Small trick that brings real results, and we didn't play it, so
we could have.
I really suggest other people to do that. And that's about it for today.
That's about it. It was awesome.
Now you know why we failed. Now you know what not to do, and now you know who's Chisell.
Once again, our goal here today is for at least one person to watch it and give us feedback, and if we have achieved that, that is awesome.
If you did give a single comment. If we get a single
Oh,
comment,
if we get a comment, I'm
on
gonna be awesome.
youtube.com/Chisell, I will answer that comment with full effort from the best. Like, you have a question about your life, you need to sort out your mortgage. By the way, I'm soon gonna be chartered financial analyst. I can help you. One comment, please.
One comment and we're done.
That person sitting in, where is he sitting?
In Guatemala.
Guatemala. He has dial-up internet. He's just like looking around, accidentally hit his page. You, sir, give us a question, random question of the day. We'll cover it. We'll sort it out. Thank you very much for listening.
And my last point is that if there are people who like this type of content when we just sit down for a long time and we blab about stuff with a couple of beers, please let us know, because then we don't know whether to proceed with this kind of videos. And if you do like it, then we're going to work on improving them. And if we think that this is a dead end, we're just not going to do them. We're just going to drink beers without the camera. As easy as that. So, yeah, cheers, people. Bye.